What's up, everybody? JP, all about comics. Coming at you from a different side of the camera tonight. Was tagged in the community recognition tag. Sounds good. So, staying up pretty late tonight to do this video and to just shout out some people and show some books. I was tagged by my friend David, Seeking Your Mint. Appreciate that. Haven't done a video in a little bit. That being said, this community has been good to me. I've had mostly pleasant, positive experiences. I've met some pretty awesome people, and I continue to associate with those people, whether on YouTube or Facebook or, just random acts of kindness in the mail, which is going to be kind of a segue. So, one person I would like to tag, shout out, mention, appreciate is Mr. Gizmoat17 We have a similar love interest in comics, whether it's Jenny Frison art or Babes with Blades. We just kind of hit it off and send each other stuff, and I recently got a package from him. So he decided to add to my Babes with Blade collection, so I'll show off for my variant for this particular tag video. You need to show off a variant. So here I got Red Sonja. I believe it's a Jenny Frison sketch cover. I haven't done a random act of kindness video with this, but I figured to just kind of tie it all in. So I really appreciate Mr. Rig for the stuff he does, and that wasn't the only thing he sent me, of course. He also sent me this book here. You guys can see it. Looks like a Watchmen swipe for Spawn. It's actually signed by Dave Gibbon, so that's pretty awesome. I don't have a Dave Gibbon autograph, but I do now. I actually don't have a whole lot of autographs, but I do not mind having this. So thank you very much once again. So I'm trying to think how to go about. So during my short tenure in the community, I would say I think I've been involved for almost a year. As far as, I've had a channel for over a year, but really involved in for about a year. Seeking Your Mint, David was probably the first person in the community besides Don Comic Book Junkie to actually reach out and shout out and support my channel. So those guys have they're been around a little bit longer than me, but they're awesome dudes. They've always been awesome to me. David has, we've sent each other some stuff, and some other people that I want to shout out or tag would be Mark Walters. If you guys don't know who he is, make sure you check it out, sub him up. He's a pretty cool dude. He does a lot. I think he actually promotes a convention down in Dallas, so he kind of has an insider scoop on stuff that I would know nothing about. Actually had to reach out to him recently for a friend and see, had some questions about the ins and outs of a convention, so look forward to hearing back from him. The other person I want to shout out is Gizmoat17. Haven't seen a video from him and the missus in a while, but I do talk to him pretty regular. So he's got some fun stuff on Facebook that he does, and I'm a part of a lot of different groups on Facebook, which is also part of this community, whether we know it or not. It's not just limited to YouTube by any stretch. So, Dustin and I were just talking earlier this morning and late last night. Well, late for me, probably early for him. I think he works nights. So, anyways, so I try to support him as much as I can, and vice versa. I did my first Facebook Live auction, and it was basically just me and him and another guy. But regardless, it was fun. It's an opportunity to get out and expand myself in the community. Yeah, so those three individuals I have a lot of respect for and love for, through YouTube, through other avenues, etc. So, there's countless other people. I could probably tag or shout out multiple people. Say a lot. So there's no script. That's the problem. I need to write scripts. So like I said, most of my experiences within this community have been nothing but positive. Especially on the YouTube, I've been a guest on a show. I've done some off-air hangouts with another group. I don't belong to any particular group per se. I just think that as a community as a whole, I try to share and like and watch as much people's stuff as possible, from all different avenues. I'm not. I don't have a lot of older stuff. I've never collected the older stuff, but I enjoy watching videos on that stuff. It's like a learning experience for me or something. I have like this insatiable need to know everything. So I watch people's videos as more informative than anything. Alex the Comic Hoarder, I watch his videos. Doom 143, I watch their videos. Sneaking Airman. I mean, there's so much information out there. Then you go, Undisputed Frost, who started this tag, more or less, and I watch all his videos that I can. When they were doing the, I think he changed a little bit now with his live show. I try to pop in and out of any live show when I have time, because I do work a bazillion hours. So back on track here. Then what said show off some books, something you're interested in or something you like reading. So I just kind of bounce back in here and show off Sync #1. If you guys haven't read this or started this series, I don't read as many books as I collect, like a lot of us. I'm an art fan, just straight up. I love the art of comics. I love the cover artists. Adam Hughes is my favorite artist of all time. Well, Michael Turner was up there too, back in my younger days, before his passing. So I'm working on an art wall. I've shown some pictures on Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, it's all about Comics77. Come hang out. Same thing. I love that community as well. It's all tied in together. It's all for the same thing. Just different avenues. But I've met a ton of artists on there. I love commissions. It's probably the most addicting thing I've found so far in comics, is getting something original, something just for you. So doesn't matter how limited. There's only one of those. Like you get these limited to 3,000 variants or 1 in 10 ratios or whatever. But when you get a commission done on a blank cover, it's just for you. And there's nothing more satisfying to me than that. That's probably my main focus of my collection right now, is just collecting art. And I've got several coming in. I can't wait to show off to the community, just because there's some really amazing artists out there. So one of my favorite artists right now, and overall a genuinely good lady is Natalie Sanders. Anyone who's watched my channel knows I'm a very big fan of her artwork, her covers and whatnot, and pretty soon I'll be doing just a little Natalie Sanders video, as I've collected most of her works, so kind of show that off collectively. For me, I just think, when you follow an artist or a creator, as far as that goes, when you have a really positive experience with them, it makes things a lot easier. I know people love J. Scott Campbell and Adam Hughes. I had the privilege of meeting Adam Hughes back in 2006, and it was kind of one of those things where this is, he wasn't as famous as or popular as he is now, but he did a quick sketch for me of Power Girl. Somewhere along the last 10 years, 11 years, I've lost it. But anyways, so but the time I got to spend with him and his wife Allison, you got to know them as decent people, and they really appreciate their fans and stuff, and it kind of helped me as I was just kind of getting into the industry, at that time, and yeah. Anyway, so it kind of got me into the whole collecting sketches stuff and whatnot, and of course blank covers have added to it. As last year I got my first one, and that was the Stacey Lee X23 that I've shown off a few times in other videos. So here, hopefully soon, I have a few things coming in that I am going to be very excited to show off. And one last thing, it's I'm trying to think of the gentleman's Rob Wines guy. He has an eclectic collection as well, and I enjoy watching his videos, of course. But I read, as far as comics go, I read more manga than I do actual American comics. And look at this thing. This is volume 1 of Vinland Saga. It's a Viking manga, and it's an amazing story. That's just volume 1. There's, I think, 9 or 10 volumes. So, the whole read, collect what you want, that sort of thing, I've subscribed to that heavily, because if I tried to follow what everyone else was doing, I'd drive myself crazy trying to get all the hot books and everything that I could never afford anyways. But, I think at the end of the day, I try to be nice to people, and everyone's been nice to me, and my wife's been very supportive of both of us when she's on here with me, and, I could probably shout out 100 people right now, but we'll keep it simple, and, don't take it personal if I don't shout you out, that kind of stuff, because there's been plenty of people throughout this whole thing. We love comics. Chris has been nice to me, over the last year or so. Shouted me out a couple times in the videos, things like that. Little things that we do to help other people. I'm a nobody really in this community when it comes to subscribers and whatnot. But that's okay, because the people I do interact with, I really enjoy, and we have fun times, good conversations, and keep the hobby going strong. So until next time, love thy neighbor.